Now stay tuned to the following radio broadcast.
You're listening to the Victory Station, AM 1360. We're glad you chose us. Thank you.
It's Impact with the Florida Star, the largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper in Northeast Florida and South Georgia. And now, here's the host, the publisher of the award-winning Florida Star, Clara McLaughlin.
This is Opio. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Impact. We're going to be talking about American Beach because this weekend there's going to be an event with Professor Griff. First we got the beach lady, then we got Professor Griff right here on Impact.
Coming south instead of north, escaping, they're probably hid in these valleys. Oh, I love it. We're in Bernie Park, and you can see the magnolia trees. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at this twisted one here. Just gorgeous. This is, of course, Amelia Island, and we have the $2 billion resort. Amelia Island is on this end. Black people used to own that land. It was called Franklin Town. And by devious means, they understated the value of the land, and black people sold it for little or nothing. And on the north end, we have Summer Beach, another $1 billion resort. And here we are in the middle, defying all laws of economics.
And take that full island back there, over 100 acres of land back down there was the way you see all the jungle park, all back down there, all that was our land. My generation has owned this end of the island all the way back to the bridge down there, until them people come in and beat them off to the right. Took the property and well, we didn't know no better.
This was always slaving territory. Lewis Street, that comes down through the main street of American Beach, was originally surveyed as the property line for the Harrison family. Harrison Plantation had 90 to 100 slaves. When you look at Lewis Street, this is a black community not just finding some unoccupied piece of land, but taking over the land that was the place where the same people that founded the Afro were subjugated. The Afro's founding clerk, Mary Magdalene White, was raised by a woman named Clara White, who was a slave on this plantation.
I had always known that the family had had a plantation on Amelia Island, but I had never been here as a child or young adult even. I learned that I was apparently named after the original owner of the plantation, Captain Samuel Harrison. Accidentally drove down Lewis Street one day and discovered American Beach and really didn't know anything about it, but it was such a unique place that I had to start looking into it. And I did, and soon discovered that more than likely some, at least, of the residents of American Beach were possibly descendants of the slaves that had worked at Harrison Plantation, which turns out to be true. I'm still learning about Franklin Town. I know that the original descendants of the folks who worked the plantation are the people who started Franklin Town. The move that the residents of Franklin Town had to make each time, I think, is pretty indicative of the way that corporate America has treated those who are not part of their plan. They were moved several times before they ended up here. The folks in American Beach are still under pressure, from both sides because it's such prime property.
Received the first Eagle Award by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office for being the most factual, the Florida Star. Do you know which media solely addresses issues of concern for African Americans? The Florida Star. Do you know which media carries local, state, national, and international news regarding African Americans? The Florida Star. Do you know the only media that carries a special section for our youth at home? And the schedule for 3 black television networks. Now you know the Florida Star. Northeast Florida's largest, oldest, and most read African-American newspaper. Serving since 1951 in more than 200 locations. The Florida Star. News you can use. News you can trust. The people's choice. Striving to make a difference. Subscribe today. Call 766-8834. That's 766-8834. Pick up the Florida Star at over 200 locations. Or to have it delivered, call 766-8834. The Florida Star. Speaking truth to power.
Peace, peace, peace. Alright, we are on Facebook Live. This is Professor Griff. Of course, as always, we give thanks and praise to the Creator. Alright, so that we can take advantage of this modern day technology so that we can broadcast in only the way that we do it. Marvin Gaye said, I heard it through the grapevine, and that's exactly how we have to operate. We have this African grapevine that's rotting at the root. We got to be able to give it wisdom, which is symbolized by water. We got to make sure there's enough sunlight, and we got to talk about and move away these daggone chemtrails so we can get direct sunlight, so we can grow, so this tree of knowledge can grow. So we have to use technology in the best way we know how to use it in order to broadcast by any, every, and all means necessary. And with that said, I'm on the phone with my good people from Jacksonville, Florida, who's putting on this beautiful event. It's the Marcus Garvey celebration, and it's actually one day, but I'm going down for a day and a half so we can make some things happen. So I got Umar. Who else is in the building? Opio. Who else is in the building?
We got Brother Hassan out here as well.
Okay, Brother Hassan. All right. So peace to you, brothers. How y'all feel?
Good, brother. Good, brother.
Oh, okay, so
well, let me thank you, brother. There's some excitement going on here in Jacksonville, Florida. We got you on Star TV 18.2. There's a number of programs they had. You've been here before. With another book that you had here at the Masjid. But we on Star TV got like 5 or maybe 4 programs, and with flyers attached to them, making sure people understand that you're coming here. But this is a Black August event, and then Brother Umar, one of our elders here, who put on these type of events for the city. I'm going to let him talk a little bit about the event.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Peace, brother.
Peace,
How you doing?
Peace. I'm all right. Maintaining.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is an ongoing event that we're doing. This is the 3rd annual Marcus Garvey weekend that we're doing here in Jacksonville, Florida. We're having it on the historical American Beach, which the founder of it was Sister Marvine. You know, so we're doing a whole lot to try to awaken our people to get them back down there, because it's a black-owned beach, and the beach is historical, and that we're trying to get our people to at least make their presence felt to go back down there and have some events that's going on down there at the historical American beach.
Okay, cool. So for the few minutes that we're going to be on here, let's dive right into, just give me the program and what's going on real quick. So what's going on Sunday?
Okay, Sunday we have some performance that's going to do some poetry, and we have some entertainment down there, and we have some vendors that's coming down. That's going to be on Sunday. Starts at 12 o'clock. The Saturday event is just going to be a short event that we're going to have, where we're having a cookout of Marcus Garvey in the hood on Elm and Jackson Street. In Brooklyn.
He said a cookout in the hood. That's hand in hand. We always used to do cookouts in the hood. But this is the first time I'm doing something like this on the beach. So I'm amped, open, ready. And I'm definitely going to do my part. So Opio, what's going on as far as the climate around the country is concerned, that gives it some kind of foundational kind of thing that we kind of need to lay as far as people's mindsets are concerned as we go into this particular event?
Well, too often when people don't see the blatant racism, like you and I, it cannot be going on, but we see blatant racism. A lot of times people don't see it. And when they do see it, sometimes that pull people together. And you have to pull people together in the way that allow them to be able to get some education. And that's why you coming here is real big, because you understand about survival. You understand about black leadership. And you've been the target of the same type of individuals
telling them. And so when we talk about the current events, I wanted to hear your take on what you saw and what you're feeling in the way of Charlotte.
Woo, Charlottesville, Virginia, man. Man, when I saw that, I said to myself, the ancestors, the brothers and sisters that gave us the particular information to let us know how this thing was going to go down is going down exactly how they said it was going down. There will be some people on a human level that will stand up as we begin to establish justice in America and replace racism, white supremacy with justice. So you're seeing those white people stand up that are demonstrating I call it being aspects and part of the human family, standing up for justice. They don't necessarily, a lot of them just don't necessarily like black people, but they're trying to establish justice. Francis Cress Welsing said they would do that, and they're doing that. You saw white on white crime at its best. So I just tried to understand that this is my ignorance. I tried to understand what was black people doing there. That's just my take on it. For the few minutes that we have, we are seeing this people trying to keep in place the same old rhetoric, the same old vibration, the same energy, and they want like Donald Trump said, they want to make America great again. You understand what I'm saying? They think making America great is putting us back in chains.
Right.
And that's the climate that they want to create in America.
Well, tell me this. You got a book called Symbology right now. Give us a little idea of why people need to pick that book up, particularly in the climate we're living in right now.
I think they need to pick it up because if you, not you, because you, Umar, Hassan, the brothers there, y'all already know when y'all watch the footage, I'm not going to get as deep as jotting down the symbols that's on the license plate of the car that ran over the people. But if you look at the symbols, if you just take the average picture, pause it, and look at the images in the at the protests. We're being bombarded with images. What does these images mean? We saw the swastika that day, right?
Right.
What does the swastika actually mean, though? The swastika is a positive symbol. But they're taking our symbols and use them for subversive purposes. You understand what I'm saying? So those symbols that you see are our symbols, but they use them for subversive purposes. And we need to know what these symbols are so we can take that frequency, energy, and vibration back. It's there. So we need to understand that.
Now, Public Enemy is, I consider the group that, made me conscious. It led us to a lot of different areas, particularly where knowledge and a love for knowledge is concerned. And you were the minister of information on that. You continue on with that. And we're running some PE stuff on the TV station. I talk about the importance of people kind of going back and looking at what you guys did in PE and continue to support you guys now.
Woo, that's a deep question, man, because we always say, man, when we talk with one another, the brothers in Public Enemy, we always say, man, either we was a step ahead of our time, but you can actually it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. You can lay that down as a blueprint and lay it right over what's going on right now as we speak in America, and it would fit perfect. Everything from Bring the Noise, Fight the Power, Rebel Without a Pause, 911 is a Joke, Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos, Fight the Power, Prophets of Rage. You could go back and listen to them. Yeah, you're right. That was personal to you and I. But she watched Shadow Zero because I was instrumental in constructing and crafting that song with my black pen with some black ink at that time with Chuck. And then you and I took it and made a documentary film about what's going on in the media. But yeah. So
now Survival. You are, I consider the number one person I always see and always talking about survival and survival training. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'm actually giving a class on survival in August 22nd and August 24th. And the reason why I talk about survival simply because it's a carryover of what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that we need to stock food, we need to stock water. Of course, he was anti-carrying weapons, anti-having weapons in your home. But we need to have, I call it a bug out. They call it a bug out bag. I call it a black pack. But we need to know how to survive. I don't care if a hurricane come through, tornado, or racism, white supremacy come through. We need to learn how to survive on an urban street level. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just me being prepared. There was a show that came out called The Preppers. And there was a show about white people in the woods and in urban areas preparing for what might be called World War III or another civil war, or just what was the contingency plan that America had? Rex 84 King Alfred plan.
Right.
So I think we should just be prepared. But I think what Umar, Brother Hassan, and yourself are doing in Jacksonville this weekend coming is preparing our spirit and our minds. Because Marcus Garvey had the plan. Elijah Muhammad had the plan. There's other leaders that came before us had the plan. We just have slipped to the point where we've let their legacy go. We've let their legacy get rusty. We've let their legacy go unfueled. We let their legacy, we have to, of course, the squeaky wheel always gets the oil, but we've let their legacy go, and we need to kind of revise their legacy. And we need to take instructions from those that are still in the UNIA. We need to revamp some of these organizations so they can serve the people. Because I'm not one of those individuals, I'm sure y'all know this. The people don't serve me. I constructed and put Public Enemy together so we can serve the people.
That's right.
And that's what it has to be, man. Hold on, let me plug this phone up for this battery go dead.
Hey, Griff, could you expound just a little bit on Marcus Garvey, just for the sake of the people?
You know something? That's a beautiful question. Simply because we talk black leaders, we talk, and we mention their name when we're pouring libation. Most people coming up in this next generation know a little bit about Marcus Garvey. I even hear some of the young brothers coming up with this so-called YouTube scholarship that without studying and understanding what Marcus Garvey was about, they tend to put Marcus Garvey in this kind of shade, so to speak, and not understanding the accomplishments of Marcus Garvey. There was 1 million black people in America and throughout the world that took up the banner of the UNIA. There was nurses, there was engineers, there was the average day brother and sister, average day worker that followed Marcus Garvey's philosophy. Marcus Garvey had a program for our people. Marcus Garvey was a black man that came to America and tried to understand the plight of America and met with a few leaders in order to understand how could he best help, and kind of decided he probably needed to do this on his own, with establishing an organization in order to move black people forward. Can you imagine coming to America and meeting with Negroes? Opio, I'm looking out and see your face right now. Marcus Garvey had to establish an organization that if we needed to go back to Africa, then that's what we're going to do. But we're going to establish something here in America to galvanize our people and to educate our people. Marcus Garvey was articulate. Marcus Garvey was a strong, dark-skinned black man, which most Negroes today can't even wrap their brain around, and just wrestling with the whole idea that he was a strong, short, dark-skinned black man with that much power. But the FBI knew it. So they put Asian provocateurs in his ranks, like they did black organizations, and it ultimately chiseled away at Marcus Garvey's organization, UNIA, and brought Marcus Garvey down. But we have to learn from the lessons of the past. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So those lessons, you, myself, Umar, Hassan, the rest of the brothers there, dare to pick up the banner of Marcus Garvey to pass it on to that next generation. It's something that we have to do.
Yeah, Hassan would ask a question.
My question is, it's sad to know that the black like you and I, address that. Like all the organizations that's been brought down, the destruction of organizations are people like you and I that's working for the FBI.
Exactly. You're absolutely correct, Hassan. And these agents that were put in the ranks of the UNIA, Marcus Garvey's organization, look just like us. And I think this is why I said we have to learn the lessons of the past in order not to repeat them, because we definitely don't want the same outcome. But we, nowadays, Hassan, we have internet gangsters, cyber thugs. We have people, and the FBI have admitted this, in other words, that there are people that may come on this Facebook Live post that we're putting up that are agents. Ask some funny question, and they got X's and Muhammad's and L's and Bays behind their name.
Right.
And they coming in the name of Allah, in the name of RBG, in the name of Hebrew Israelites, in the name of consciousness, and we have to be mindful, and we have to at least develop an infrastructure where we go after these people, sit down and talk to these people, and if not, entertain these people. They're on here right now as we speak, and we have to be mindful of that. So they're there, Hassan, but they're there in the most sophisticated way now. These are some of the things I'm going to talk about this weekend in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir. And brother, Black August, I know the last 15 years, a little bit more, and more and more people began talking about that collective, that idea of Black August, because so many black leaders were born during this month. Talk a little bit about the whole idea of Black August and why people kind of deal with that around the country.
Well, it's a beautiful thing that you say that, Opio, ask that, because I was taking a ride early one morning, about 4 in the morning, with Professor Smalls. I was dropping him off at the airport, and we came up with an idea, which was probably an idea that a lot of people came up with. And the idea was, why can't we move Black History Month to August? It's hot. We can grow food that we eat. We can wear our African dress. Right, the sun is it's at its hot. It's hottest. People are taking vacations. We can galvanize and bring black people together for Black History Month in August. What is wrong with that? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And we can move it away from. Now, I'm not talking about the overall Frederick Douglass, but I'm talking about the Negro-ness that he provided the people at that time with what he had available, sandwiching Black History Month between Frederick Douglass' birthday and I think Abraham Lincoln or somebody. We thank Carter G. Woodson for that Negro History Week. We thank Carter G. Woodson and the people that took up the mantle of that particular struggle and advanced it to Black History Month. We're not throwing shade on that. It did what it can do. Alright? But we're here now with a different level of consciousness, and we can actually galvanize our people in a constructive effort to move Black history to August. There's a lot of black leaders that was born in August. There's a lot of black people that are still on the front line that were born in August. There's a brother named Professor Griff. I don't know if y'all know him. He was born August 1st, 1960.
Yes, sir. And you were born on the same day, same hospital as Chuck D, right?
Not the same hospital, but the same day. Chuck D was born in Queens. I was born on Long Island on August 1st. I was born at 5:30 in the afternoon, and I think Chuck D was born sooner. That day, earlier that day. Pardon me.
Oh, yes, sir, brother. Hey, before we let you go, tell us what's next for you. I know we've seen a lot of biopics out there about the various groups, and more people want to know what you have to say about things. What's up for you next?
Well, right now, I'm actually doing the research for a biopic. It's just one of those projects that I'm taking on upon my own shoulders, doing the research for what would Professor Griff's story sound like. What would it look like? Because to be honest with you, I am not going to go back to the essence and go back and have people bury me with having someone else tell my story. It's just not going to happen. I would like to see my story inside the envelope of a Public Enemy movie, a Public Enemy biopic. I would love to see that before I go back to the essence. I think a Public Enemy movie at this time would set some things straight and set some things in order. But that's going to take the brothers coming together, making that particular happen, making that particular thing happen. But right now, Opio, my 2 books that you have, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop 1 and 2, I'm actually going to make a documentary film. I haven't even titled it yet, but people need to see, and these images need to come to life for these people. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think that'll be a good look in 2018. A film dealing with these signs, sites, and symbols, and people that have actually got us on this psychic lockdown.
Yes, sir, brother. Brother Imam Umar is going to wrap up with the date, time, everything for the event.
Okay.
We asking everybody to come out, to show their face, to make their presence felt. We push every festival that been going on here in Jacksonville, Aceville, Randolph. We asking everybody to come out Saturday, starting Saturday, all day Saturday. We hope Griff will be there about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Not wanting to put a lot of stress on him and stuff like that. And Sunday's going to be the breakdown for the events and the program that we're doing August the 20th on the historical American Beach.
Oh, okay.
Time will start 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock at American Beach in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll make sure I'm there. But I'm going to be there on Saturday. We actually going to have a cipher, break some things down, talk to some people, and make it happen. All right? All right, good brothers.
Yes, bring your books. Bring your books, too.
I'm going to bring the books. All right.
Oh, hey, Griff, before I let you go, I always tell everybody I have a daughter named Asada. Griff's goddaughter, right? She was conceived. Griff was in Portland, Oregon, and hanging out with me in the weekend, and he stayed at my house. She was conceived the same night he stayed at my house.
So what Opio was saying, I'm responsible for you having your daughter. Ain't that something? All right, peace, man. Y'all take care. I'm going to see y'all this weekend in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother. Hotel.
All right, hotel. Peace, man. That's Umar, Opio, and Hassan from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to be in Jacksonville this weekend. I'm going to be there Saturday, breaking bread with the brothers, talking about the current events and everything that's going on around the country. And then Sunday, 12 o'clock, we're actually going to go on American Beach. And we're going to pull the people together on the beach, go through some rituals, and we're going to resurrect and invoke the spirit of Marcus Garvey this weekend in Jacksonville, Florida. If you're in the ATL and you want to roll, we can do a caravan. Y'all can follow me down there. We can make it happen. Now, if I got to roll by myself, of course, I'm going to call the troops, tell them to jump in the car, and we're going to go. And we're going to go down to Jacksonville, Florida, and make it happen. All right, if you're watching this, take this link and pass it on to some other people. Let people know we're going to be in Jacksonville, and we're going to make it happen. All right, so people in Jacksonville, I want to see y'all. Orlando, Tallahassee, come on over. Let's come on up and over and make it happen. Eric Vietnam Sadler from the Bomb Squad, who gave y'all Fight the Power. 911 is a joke. He's the one who was responsible for those songs. He's there in Jacksonville. Come on, you got to show up, Eric Sadler. Let's make it happen, bro. All right, like I said, if y'all want to roll, if y'all in the ATL, hit me up. I'm rolling out on Saturday. All right, but if y'all just want to meet me there on American Beach on Sunday, give me a call, 678-557-2919. All right, I got some work to do. I got an interview coming up at 11 o'clock, so I got to get my brain prepared. All right, this is Professor Griff for Serious Minds, RNTV. All right, I'm out, man. Y'all take care. Peace. Pass this information on to everybody. All right, that Jacksonville, Florida, we're going to make it happen. All right, peace, y'all. I got to go.
And there you have it, Professor Griff of Public Enemy, and he will be in town this weekend here as well as at American Beach, big event. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. Before that, we had some history on American Beach. Also, make sure you guys continue to pick up a copy of the Florida Star newspaper and check out Star TV. This is Opio. I got to get out of here. We will see you next time on Impact.